Imagine that you have abundance in everything: abundance in wealth, abundance in health, abundance in relationships. For example, you have all the money in the world, you have billions of dollars, and you've been living like that for years, and you've tried everything fun that you could ever try, and you have perfect health, you have lots of energy, and you have perfect relationships, or if you're not really monogamous, you have lots of different relationships that you really enjoy. And then what would you do? Imagine the situation, because right now you have lots of different goals, lots of different things you want to achieve. But imagine that you've reached the abundance. You don't have any limits. You feel unlimited right now. And what would you do? Probably you would try some hobbies that you haven't tried. You would try to maybe spend some time to write music, for example, or you would buy some expensive cars and try to drive them, or you would even learn to fly a plane, or you would try lots of cool, interesting things. However, I believe that after a while, all these things would become boring for you, even though they're very exciting, but they would feel meaningless. You would live like an old man on an infinite retirement that gets kind of boring, and you already feel like you live in the last years of your life. I don't think that's the reality you want to live. So, what I feel is the only thing that brings purpose in your life is the thing that brings something to the world around you. So, something that makes the world better, something that gives something to the world that wasn't there before. And I don't think it's supposed to be something grand, something grandiose, like creating some foundation that helps millions of people. It can be just giving something good to the world every day. Just that simple. For example, you may start making videos like this and giving advice to the people. Or probably if you had lots of money, probably you would create some kind of big fund, but you may even do something much simpler. You could give some money to charity, or you could uh, you could uh, you could write some music that you would think that it's not just for fun, but is for making other people feel good. You could write, if you like to write music, if you like writing music, you could write it to bring some purpose to other people's lives, to think about people who are not enjoying their lives, and to give them some help by writing such music. I think that's the thing that brings value, not even when you are extremely rich, but in every aspect of life. Because as you live your life, you need to feel some kind of purpose. And the purpose only comes when you give something, give your energy to something that is bigger than you. Because if you only give it to you, if you only think, me, I want this, I want that, I want this thing that I enjoy, I want that thing that I enjoy, then there is no purpose in it. You always feel that you are trying to give yourself some pleasure, but something inside you, something like, you may call it a soul, your inner being or your higher being, it always feels that something is not quite right, that it's not enough, that you need to do something more. And the only thing that you can do more than yourself is the world around you. I think if you want to become a good man, you need to understand the definition of a good man. There's a really nice channel called Dry Creek Wrangler School, when there's this old cowboy who is sitting at this bench and smoking a pipe. And I really like one of his videos when he was talking about things that he considers to be important for a man. And there's one very interesting point that he made, that was saying that if you're not doing anything bad, it doesn't mean that you're good. It just means that you're neutral. And if you want to live a life of being a good man, it means that you need to bring something good every day. Just maybe even saying hello to strangers, or doing some good things for others, even helping a grandma cross a road. Just do something that makes this world around you more, it gives it more life, more happiness, more joy. I think that even if you became a billionaire and tried 99% of your things that you ever wanted to try, you would still feel quite happy by helping a grandma cross the road, or by saying hello to a stranger, or by showing gratitude to a waiter in the restaurant and seeing them smile. All these things give lots of purpose to the world, lots of feeling that you're not just existing, but you're living. That even if you die, you know that you left some impact to the world, that you are more of a soul being and not the body being, that you're more spiritual, not physical. Maybe you don't really believe in spirituality, but you may realize the feeling of purpose that it gives to you. Because if you just sit around and do some stuff, you feel that you're in this little shell, and all that exists around you is this shell. Of course, you may have millions of experience, but they all revolve around this shell. You don't really interact with the world, you just consume it. And you don't want to be a consumer, you want to be a purposeful man. So try to find something that really gives you the purpose. Try to find something that gives value to the world around you. Try to find something that is more than you, that gives something better to the world. Of course, you may even keep earning the money the way you're earning them right now. You may live a very simple, a life that is not very, that doesn't give something huge to the world. You may live very simple life with simple hobbies, simple day, but you always need to give something to the world, to feel that your life has some sort of impact on your family, on your friends, on even some strangers. You always need to feel that you give something to the world. And I think that's the only thing that would give you purpose. I think it's both for men or women, but I think that for men it's even more important, because lots of men feel that they need to conquer the world. They need to get as much from it as possible. I think most of the wars and conflicts in the world happen because the leaders don't feel any purpose. They just, when you're some kind of the authoritative dictator that has all the power, you want to just get. I want to have this, I want to have that, I want to conquer this, I want to conquer that, I want to rule this part, I want to rule these people. And so you always try to get something, because you would feel that it gives you some kind of, you're trying to fill in the hole that you have inside of you. But it's not filled, it's actually not a hole. It's the feeling, it's the constant feeling that your energy is going in the wrong place. That's why you feel the hole, because it's actually your power that you have that's going to the place it's not supposed to be. And instead of building something, it destroys something, or it's trying to receive something. And the only thing that would fill this hole, it's actually not to try to fill it, but to become more, but to feel more of the world around you. It's not trying to be more of yourself inside of this shell, but to try to break this shell, try to feel the world around you, and try to give something to the world. I think it's if some world global leaders try to give something to the world instead of just receiving it, not only the world would become the better place, but they would also feel better themselves. They would enjoy this activity. Of course, there are some psychopaths that only want to get some power, but I think lots of people don't even realize how important it is to have some purpose that is bigger than you. And even as a simple man, probably you don't have infinite amount of money right now, I suppose, otherwise you wouldn't watch this video. But even at this stage, you can give something to the world. in my opinion, that's the only thing that would give you purpose. So try to think in your head, what is the thing that would give me purpose? Not just give me purpose, me, I am, but what is the thing that would give something to the world around me? Even simple gratitude. Gratitude is not really physical. You don't give anything physical to the world, but you give the appreciation to the world. That would already be the first step. Just think about it. Like, here's this bench. Someone made this bench. I was just walking around and I decided to sit, and there's this bench, and I could just sit on it and enjoy the just so my legs would rest. So you can appreciate the bench that is suddenly around you, that someone actually made it for you, that it's not just appeared in your little shell, but someone from the outside of this shell actually made this bench for you. You may appreciate the trees that someone put in there, or even if it's the forest and it was the nature, you may appreciate the nature, that there are such trees that give you some kind of peace around you. And from this appreciation, from the gratitude, you may come to the physical things, like helping people, like talking to people, like even asking your friends how they're doing, or your colleagues or your classmates how they're doing. It's that simple. Just give something little to the world. If you want to become a good man, you need to do good things. So do something little. You may do something more even later, but you always need to give something to the world. It's the only thing you're actually here for. If you want to see more of the videos like this, you can subscribe below or not subscribe. Maybe it's just the only video you watch. It's your choice. Try to do something purposeful today, and probably see you in the next video.